Hello everybody, this is Captain Jerwa bringing you another Pokemon Showdown battle today. This battle is going to be like round 4 or round 5 of the loser's bracket of Phozon's Tourney. I've already lost count. Yeah, it's been a really long time since I had this battle, and I wanted to get all these done before X and Y came out. But of course that was not the case, so here we are. But yes, this was a very, very good battle against a man named Kollin7. I don't think he has a YouTube. But yeah, as you can see, I'm actually on the right side this time instead of being on this side. So yeah, that kind of just makes me feel better when narrating. But looking at his team, he actually has a whole lot of threats. Like, this is a very, very standard team. Garchomp can be a threat to my team if the Hippowdon's gone. Gengar is definitely a huge threat if he's sub-disabled because then he can shut down my Scissor. Latios is definitely a threat because, again, it puts pressure on my Scissor as my T-Tar is Sash-Tar, and so therefore does not have much durability. And, of course, Ferrothorn can be annoying to this team, especially since he has this Gengar to be immune to close combat. So basically, I just need to either kill the Ferrothorn in the Rotom Wash so I can deal with the Gengar, or deal with the Gengar and or the Latios so I can deal with like all the other Pokemon on his team. But yeah, anyway, let's just get right into this battle. I lead off with Tyranitar because that's what you do with Sash T-Tar, and he does lead off with Garchomp, so I'm like, alright, well I can just hit him with an Ice Beam if he tries to OHKO me. But he is Wall Chomp, so he's going to be able to live my Ice Beam, even though I max special attack, and get up his Stealth Rocks, so that's kind of annoying. But I didn't want my T-Tar taking too much damage, because if he hit me with the Earthquake, it brought me down to my Sash, I'd basically be dead because I would die to Stealth Rocks. So I just wanted to go into my battle, and I can wall that Garchomp pretty well, and I wanted to get my Stealth Rocks up, because they are going to be helpful wearing down this Rotom Wash here, and in wearing down the Latios and the Gengar, which, as I said earlier, I need to get out of the way if I want to have any hopes of winning this battle. But I go into my own Rotom Wash on his Rotom Wash. I really don't have any solid switch-ins to this. I do have my Latios, but again, I don't like Latios getting burned. I prefer Rotom getting burned because I like Latios having long potential, but I predict him to switch into something, either Ferrothorn or Latios, and I nail this Latios with the Thunder Wave. So again, as we've seen in other battles, T-Wave Rotom is just really, really annoying when they have a Latios or a Latios. And yeah, it is pretty gay, but, you know, I didn't build this team, so blame Super Effective 87. But I Volt Switch into Latios and send it out on his Breloom. I was pretty sure he was going to double switch here. So I go into T-Tar, predicting the Pharaoh, I believe, just so I could Fire Blast it, but he goes into Garchomp, just sacking it. So that's really not good for me. He, I guess, inadvertently made a good play there, and he goes for a Dragon Tail again, which is going to do a lot of damage to my Hippo, as well as racking up more Stealth Rocks on my T-Tar. So this Garchomp is being really annoying here. I just keep wanting to switch in my Hippo, though, because I do want to keep my T-Tar alive, just because it is one of my ways of dealing with Ferrothorn, so I don't really want it to die yet. But he keeps Dragon Tailing. I slacked off because I wanted to be a good amount of health to take on. I don't know, I just wanted to have it at a good amount of health, but he does Dragon Tail me into Scissor, so I can kill him with the Bullet Punch. So now he can bring in his Rotom Wash. I could go for a U-turn here, but I'm pretty sure he's just gonna Will-O-Wisp me, but he does end up going for a Volt Switch, so U-turn would have been the better play there. But then again, I did not want to risk my Scissor getting burned, because that Gengar is just so threatening to my team. But now, I bring in T-Tar like an idiot on his Ferrothorn, basically saying, hey, I have Fire Blast! And yeah, he just realizes this, brings in Rotom, which is not good. So I'm just going to take advantage of the decent amount of health that my T-Tar is at, and just stay in on this Rotom, just kind of sacking it, just trying to go for some crunches here. He does miss a Will-O-Wisp, but you know, that happens to me all the time. It happens to everyone all the time. It is 80% accuracy, so you can't complain. But this turn, okay, it's the next turn, but he Pain Splits there. I go for a Crunch. He will die after Sandstorm and after another Crunch, so I'm like, he's probably going to bring in Pharaoh, just trying to kill me with Iron Barbs and Burn. And I go for a Fire Blast, nail that Ferrothorn, so that's awesome that I freaking could take out that Ferrothorn because it was a huge threat to my team. And Tyranitar, I was kind of just sacking anyway, and now he brings in Rotom, so it's dead to Stealth Rocks again. So things are definitely looking up a lot for me here, because that Ferrothorn is dead, which means that my Latios has a lot of initiative. It outspeeds this Rotom. It basically outspeeds everything except the Gengar now, because I paralyzed his Latios, which means that, yeah, he's basically forced to bring in his Gengar here, which means he's going to take some rocks, going to take some Sandstorm, and as we do see here, he is Life Orb Gengar, which means that he is probably sub-Pain Split as opposed to sub-Disable, which means that my Scizor can pretty much handle this thing because I am a bulky Scizor, and he can't just disable my Bullet Punch, which is the only move I have to hit him, so I can just bring in Scizor here, just go for Bullet Punches. He just decides to sack his Latios because it's paralyzed, because freaking T-Wave Rotom is annoying and everyone hates it, including me, actually. So, yeah, I can take out that Latios. He debatably should have switched into Breloom there, because he could have... Well, actually, no, he should have just sacked his Latios there. But now he goes into Breloom. I decide to sack my Terrakion, just because if he happened to get like 5 hits on this Bullet Seed, my Latios would have died, and as I showed before, he has nothing to take a hit from my Latios, and Terrakion was kind of useless with that Gengar around, so I could just bring in Latios, go for a Side Shock to kill something. If he brought in Gengar, I could have just killed his Breloom, and now he can just bring in his Gengar for free. But I still do have the Scizor in the wings, and I can just Bullet Punch him here, and since he's not sub-disable, he is not going to be able to pull out some Gengar shenanigans, so I am just going to be able to take him out with a Bullet Punch, making this a very, very, very narrow 1-0 in my favor. That battle could have gone either way, basically the entire time. I think basically the breaking point was when I Fire Blasted that Ferrothorn, because Ferrothorn is very annoying to my team, and basically the combination that he had of Ferrothorn and Gengar basically put a stop to all of my offensive threats, because he can switch in Gengar into Terrakion, he can switch in Ferrothorn into Latios, so... Yeah, but there's that battle. I'll probably be getting back to some more X and Y. And yes, of course, since I did win this one, I am going to have more of these tournament matches. So expect those coming in a little bit. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you all next time. Peace!